Hello everyone, I'm MePhone4 and I'm Son of Beast, and this is NBA2k23 on 2K Sports. What is up everyone? It is your boy Son of Beast, and we are back. After the All-Star game, it has been a fantastic part to keep you eyes here from the Toon Nation to make this one more aggressive and more possible to take everything where we all go for. And now we are kicking back in for the games as the break always have putting things up with an all-star game amazingly to show how it is. So I hope you enjoyed your 2023 all-star game, including the challenges of the skills challenge, the three-pointer contest, and the slam dunk contest. A terrific performance for every other players here, and also the game as well by Team Durant and Team LeBron. Definitely did turn it out, and we did talk about it before, but I heard LeBron James is the all-time leader, giving over to the greatest player here that had played here with the Lakers with the Avatar. I'm telling you this one why, because he has lots of things to share about it. Just in the range between by a greatest player that played with the Cavaliers and then Miami, then Cavaliers again, and now to Lakers. I'm telling you this one why. Because of his ultimate record was definitely turning things out. Awesome how he has done. With Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm telling you this one because he is now lifting it up here on the board. And that's why he just made a great score to find out how he did. Well, as for his most points, well, his career is 38,390 points. So that beats him a new record right over to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Amazing players ever get. Congratulations, LeBron James. You definitely just the all-time. I definitely give you appreciation with that one. But not for this one. We got the next matchup here as we got the Los Angeles Lakers to Clippers. Sorry about that one. It's a little confusion about this one to me. But now, the Clippers are away, and they're playing at San Antonio in Texas to play against the Spurs. And just to tell you about this one, it's their Spurs' 50th anniversary. Since 1973 was the start that they have played. And that was the year in 2014 that won the NBA Finals over Miami Heat. Yep, definitely have to tell you that one here. They are definitely doing the best that they can. But it seems like that the Spurs might be the next team to be eliminated here at this point. And yeah, there aren't any cigar of what did happen already, but this was all it turned out not to be the greatest one here at all time. So with that one, here are the starting lineups as we have the Clippers, Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, the Claw, Marcus Morris Sr., and Ivica Zubac. These are definitely the players that are definitely awesome it is. And on the other side for San Antonio Spurs, we have is Trey Jones, Malaki Branham, Keldon Johnson, and Jeremy Sochan, and finally Zach Collins. He's definitely the center of the man since playing with the Portland Trail Blazers. But now, he's with the San Antonio Spurs. Now, let's send you over to AT&T Center. As standing by, we have his MePhone, along with the other player of the commentary, and right around the board, I'm telling you that it's going to be very amazing to see what this game looks like. Fan. And in the center of the part will be Clover. We'll give her a 7-1. So, lucky luck for sure. Definitely what we have to call for. I'll be back for the halftime show and post-game show. Guys, you take over from here. Enjoy your visit game of the Clippers and Spurs of the regular season. Let's get going. 2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. It's that time again. Phone here, along with my broadcasting partner, Clover and Fan. And on the center of the sideline, we have is David Aldridge, and we'll be reporting just a minute. Here's Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Kawhi Leonard was recognized as one of the NBA's 75 greatest. Coach Ty Lue says to go from being a 15th pick to that means a lot. It's a tribute to his hard work and dedication. And Leonard credits that work ethic to his dad. He says, I try to play as hard as I can each night. That's what my father wanted me to do. Kevin?
What a way great to hear the story. Thank you, David. Now it's time to take a look at the starting lineups for the Spurs and the Clippers. In between by the range, we have the key matchup, and we have is Johnson against Kawhi Leonard. Then we have is Branham covered up by George. Jackson here, that takes up here on Trey Jones. Then Ivica Zubac on Zach Collins. And finally, Sohan on Marcus Morris Sr.
This is going to be a great match, and I can't wait to see what it looks like, to see what the game is all about. I'd love to see what's going on. It might be fantastic to hear.
I gotta say, because this player was definitely doing really well, how really tough he has played. Ever since he has just been a great, amazing guy that Reggie Jackson really enjoys, well, these both players are definitely doing it really well. The problem is, there have a lot of key changes up here to this point. And I'm telling you, this one, there is so many other moves that they are trying to reconnect. So far, however, they're not really going to be doing as how well they have. So hopefully, we'll keep an eye on that.
What a shot here by Jones. He's got his first bucket. After Ivica Zubac here with a slam dunk, here's Jackson. 5:15 left to play here in the first period. A good set of string and a score. Now back to Jackson. Back over to George. George looking over it through. He swings over to Jackson with the two. He can't hit that time as rebounded by Jones. And talk about here by Jones. He was able to make his career step up into his ability, but his moment is keeping this alive, momentum again and again. Sometimes rookies are definitely not the only step that you want.
Well, we don't want that. Because definitely on the high side of the note, the Trey Jones really have it all, they need something else to be over. And that's why they need it right away. I'm definitely telling you that one. They need it.
Johnson up. Good D here on Ivica Zubac as Kawhi Leonard has his first rebound. Leonard kicks over to Jackson. Jackson looking in the corner. Gives off to Leonard. Off to George. 6 on the shot clock. Ivica over Collins. In and out. That puts up here with Zach Collins with the rebound. Here's Johnson around Leonard. Good drive, and a two-pointer makes it in for the Spurs.
They're definitely on a good track now. They're really going to love it.
Here's Jackson covered up by Jones. Kawhi Leonard outside. Kicks back to Jackson. Fades a shot, back to Leonard. They were making new switches to make the ball movement clear.
Definitely really going to need that one here. They're very tough to find out. The open players need to get some open strength. And with that one, they really need it.
Johnson for three. Good on a triple range. That's a first three-pointer for Jones. And they're up by 2.
What a good compete out there. They're going to need to try to figure it out where to go next.
Kawhi Leonard back over to Jackson. Marcus Morris Sr. covers up with the screen. Over around, and he makes a shot. Count the bucket, and Sohan with the first foul on San Antonio. The first shot was made in, and the free throw is coming up here for the Clippers. That will be a tough looker here for Reggie Jackson.
I have to say that Reggie Jackson really got a good high connection. Good drive angle. He really got a good connection. Trying to stick in.
I have to say, very, very tough ones. Can't lose your man if you want to go on it.
Jackson hits the first free throw. The Spurs trail. Jones finds Branham. Defended by George. trying to deliver with the steal. Zach Collins comes up to help him out. Rahan, loose the ball. What a play by Paul George.
Paul George definitely would have had that one a good look at him credit. But no fouls were given up there. That was why he whisked out the range really well to phase out there to lose that ball.
George outside for three. In and out. That rebounds by Johnson. He has another rebound here, as right now, the Branham has it back. Johnson back to Solvon. Senior on the cover. Defending him. Trying to give another screen. Gives it to Collins, and good feed by Shahan, as Collins takes his first bucket of the night. First timeout call by LAC. That will be their first timeout in the first period of the game. 9-8 score. A little tight battle in between in the Western Conference Division teams. They're really tough one to try to figure it out, how to get back into it.
We never seen that the Spurs were going to ever try to revisit here at home again. I'm really happy though. Because every couple seasons, they're really tough ones to try to figure that one out. I know it's definitely tough, but no wrong, not to figure it out. But it's a great way to make a connection.
I have to tell that Greg Popovich would definitely make a good use out of it. And Tyrone Lue, they're definitely two hardest head coach years on the floor. I'm definitely telling you, Greg Popovich might be the next coach to be on here for just a couple more years before his retirement. Here with this NBA longest coach in career. That could be another game here. Well, we're just going to give it off and see how well he does. Maybe he's got a great look to keep an eyes on that try. We'd love to hear about from him.
Substitution made here for the Clippers and the Spurs as a couple players are checked in. Taking a look at Kawhi Leonard, he has this season 21.3. The last 5 games was 25.4. Great average in between for the last 5 games, and also with this game. He hoped he could try to figure it out more and try to beat the new record over the last 5 games.
Hopefully there's another way to keep an eye on it.
Kennard back to Powell. Lifts over to Batum. Only 2 minutes to play in the first quarter of the game. Here's Man around an offender, and a great driving score as Man picks up his first bucket.
That play really has to turn things out. It's around it, and it's in it.
A terrific mobile one drive by the Clippers of Terrence Mann. Richardson on Kennard. Back to Jones. Screen whip it now. Jones in the middle. Putting it over. Trying to defend the run, but it's rebounded by Batum. Batum's got his first rebound of the night. Passing 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Kennard back over to Powell. Last game was definitely a loss. As we remember here in Season 3, after the Clippers are home playing against the Dallas Mavericks. But their team was no option. They had a tough timing ability to shoot another one. But however, they really got to turn things out one by one. Not a very tough one to keep an eye on them, but it's hard to keep it going.
I have to tell, they gotta go with the flow.
What a block by Covington. That's his first block of the game. Covington with the scoop. Rebound and a good drive here, but McDermott has it back.
McDermott really has to play with that one. The harder to tell, the more succeed he has.
Second rebound is off, and a foul is called down by Powell. That'll be his first foul, and the first team foul occurs on LA Clippers. Right now, the first free throw is up for San Antonio as Spurs is at the line for 2. Stop the clock at 41.2 seconds. Birch makes a free throw. And we have to tell you about one here because there are tough ones to make a solution. They're not really a better playing of this one. But it all turned it out. A couple players are really having some hard time to keep an eyes on it. And thanks to Trey Jones, he is definitely starting his career after playing for just a couple of it in college. He played with the Duke University of the Blue Devils. And this was the only first part of a college play that he has ever done so far. How does it turn out to be Trey Jones to take over it?
Well, tough ones to tell you about that one here. Trey Jones definitely really wants it. He says, I got it all in control. My life is a precision that he really turns it out. And when he does it, he really gonna try to lift it up on board and get right into the floater.
What a shot here by Terrence Mann. That's his second bucket of the night.
Really have to tell him, he's on a good footer tonight.
Jones around man with the shot, fouled on Kennard. That'll be his first foul, second team foul on LAC. Right now, another free throw coming up here for Trey Jones. That's it. We'll be looking at number 33. And with the better place, he's 23 years old and just started to be the rookie to make his way in.
I'm going to tell you about that one. But Trey Jones really got a great sense of it. So the skills he really does have. And just to tell you that when you're just more importantly, he's really got a good chance. I like to hear that one. It's very tough for him. Once and for all. But that's for him. Welcome to the game.
First free throw went short. Now the new changes are coming in right now. As right now, a couple players are checked out, Kennard and Powell. As Powell are changing things up here. Spurs are also making some changes here. Bayard Stiop and Birch are checked out. Robbie and Dedmon are checked in. And that's good on the second free throw. Here's Mann. Only had 4 points in this game. 10 seconds to go. Kennard outside. Covered by McDermott. Over to Powell. With the drive. And he made that bucket in there to try to stop the run in the first quarter. He has his first bucket in.
He's really in control. Might just have to find something else.
And that ends the first quarter. A great leadoff for Powell, 14-12. We'll be catching you on the break, and we will come back onto the court in the second quarter when we come back. And we just played here for the first quarter. We're about to start the second quarter of the game. The Lakers are up by 2. San Antonio trying to keep their way on momentum. They've lost a lot of games here to pick up their momentum. And just a couple wins here in Season 2. Very tough range on the inbound. But it really never caught up long as they were trying to make a slight difference in between by the range. They're very tough ones to keep an eye on them if they want to keep it going.
I have to say, because they're really that tough. And without any greater players, they're really on their eyes in control. Just like DeMar DeRozan, he's definitely having a hard time to try to keep it inbound and try to take away from him. They really don't want him. I don't know why they're changing contracts, but there's a lot of them.
Paul George makes the 3. He put it up, extension to 5. Paul George has got his first 3-pointer of the night, and right now he has it in control.
He's really on to that one. Try to keep your eyes on a steady PG-13. Really got it all.
Johnson over Leonard. Kawhi Leonard with a great solid defense, and he has a second rebound. Tries to dish off to Moore Sr. New change off to Jackson. Swings back to Leonard. Trying to make a new move. Only 5 to shoot. Jackson over to 2. He can't hit it that time as Dedmon takes his rebound on his own. The effort is pointless. But now, however, they really have a lot of the things to tell that the Clippers are stronger. They are coming back in the playoffs for the second time. The most core part of their careers are nothing but the change-off is really turning things in. For the third time, they're really never going to have one. Well, we'll see how they can do, how they play in the playoffs, to kick back in and do it again.
I like to hear that one. They're most of the times. Most careers in the game.
George missed the 3. Richardson on the fast break. Keeps it off to Johnson for 3. Good on the triple range. Back in again. They're down by 2.
They're on to a great string. Really want to say how strong can they definitely do it. They're definitely the lucky ones in a chair. I like to hear that.
As we had a report here, David Aldridge Their players on unstoppable runs are a really tough one to try to keep it in bounds. They're saying that Tyrone Lue has professionally just made their way down to make a point to make the setup change. And I really got to tell that this head coach really got it all down in control. But it really turns out that he definitely did have it all. He could try to help things out and encourage them to keep them on board. He will be keeping an update with the post after the first half is concluded. Right now, Morris Sr. is at the free throw line, and another foul called on San Antonio. They're making another free throw percentage here for the Clippers to keep it on range. First free throw went missed up short. Now the new changeups are bringing back in for the Spurs. 3 players goes out, 3 players go in. As Sochan, Bates Diop, and Collins are checked in.
Let's not forget about the only luck of it, and I have to say, this is definitely what I really would like to hear. Diop's really have it all, certainly doing things on his own. But not to tell with that one, they really have it all underway. And so John really wants to bring things in. Josh Richardson definitely did play here with the Sixers last time before the Dallas, and then he's with San Antonio. Hopefully he might change his effort to make it more count. Richardson in the free throw. Good range. They tied the game. And now it's a 17-17 run. Here's Jackson. Brings back to Kawhi Leonard. Leonard looking over. Back to Jackson to Paul George. In the middle, Morris Sr. Great pass, but rejected up by Collins.
Collins really just trying to settle on score. Get out of the way. I'm coming for you.
Great defensive effort. Excellent work here for the defender, Morris Sr. Now kicks off to Leonard. Finds Zubac. Around the layup. Better drive in the paint as Leonard takes the assist.
That really has to turn things out. Zubac with the left hand.
Another fantastic play presented by Mobile One. A drive effort for Zubac. Sunshine moves in the corner to baseline. Excellent D here on Morris Sr. No foul was given. Here's Jackson. Their team leads by 2. Zubac over to Kawhi for 3. Good! A triple range outside. Makes the 3 connection. Kawhi Leonard's got his first 3-pointer of the night. And now they are calling timeout for San Antonio. Only 2:12 remaining in the first half.
The quarters are definitely shrinking. I'm saying they're really with a tough line ability to make it more count.
They seriously do. They really gotta figure things out. Hopefully, they can do one is to try to keep the run on attackers of another chance.
And to say about this one here, they are really tough to try to find their way around to make that play more aggressive onto that one. Now what I usually saw, that the players really got a great ability to make that score. We talked about this one. The play of this one for LeBron James really keeps on going. And Clippers don't really recognize how long they can get. But some other players with the all-time leading score could be a hard and difficult run. If they keep shooting it more, or even try to make up with the free throw ability, they've got a lot of them to take. And there are a bunch of new trade-offs here for the players when trading into a newer team. There are a lot of NBA contracts that they're trying to keep them up. Their range is out of focus. They're trying to look for another way to get right back into it. They're not really hard. It's not what they really want to go for. It didn't seem what it looked like. But that play is just hard and you bet.
Yeah, tough ones to say about that one because San Antonio really never really want to give that one a credit. Only a couple players that have a higher range may be able to take the trade.
Ron for 3. And the rebound is covered up by Mann. That's his first rebound here, and now we're approaching down to 2 minutes to play in this first half of the game. Coming to back over to Kennard. Lifts it back over to Powell. Powell helping Batum with the screen. With the free throw. And now target's been released. Jones, right around the back. Leaks over to Bernheim. over Kennard. Good shot angle. That's a two-pointer connection score. And a good move here to give the assist run on the overhand.
They wanted to give that one a run because there are very tough ones. Talk about it in between range of it. They're trying to stay focused.
I definitely agree. They do need it.
Platoon right over the man. An excellent performing rebound by Birch. That's his first rebound here for the San Antonio Spurs. McDermott for three. He gets it back, but he's out of bounds. That steps him over to turn over to LAC. Offensive mobile to take a good driving and a block of Robert Covington.
Robert Covington was really trying to improve it. I love his way of his encouragement. He was really lifting him off strong. Not to tell what's going on. They really got a heavy up.
I can definitely tell. Definitely agree with that one. Just more than I have. One of the feelings, they really got a good thing to tell. I like that.
Man over the fadeaway. And that won't take him in. McDermott with the ball. Covered up by Powell. McDermott inside, and he's fouled by Covington. That gives him a first foul, a number 13 foul, called up by LAC. Stop the clock at 43.4 seconds. As right now, McDermott's at the free throw line, shooting two. He was able to make a three-pointer, but he missed the range. So this time, he has to go with 2 points of the connection.
Yeah, I definitely can't believe that one. They're not really tough to try to keep it over with. They wanted to try something else. Give that one a good 5.
McDermott hits the first free throw. Now with a new change up here for the Spurs. As right now, Tyus Dope is checked out, and Johnson is checked back in. He makes the second free throw. Spurs in the trail, trying to race for him to try to take the lead. Kennard outside, dish back to man, makes it over to Batum, over to Covington, over McDermott, and he puts a great scoring on a drought. That's a 2-pointer score for Covington.
The drive is really that simple. I have to tell that Robert Covington was really on the man. Take the coverage for him, and not at all.
Johnson with the reverse scoop. He missed out the target range. Man to Kennard. Down to 10 seconds for the first half. Man with the ball. Gives it back to Kennard. Moving the ball quickly. Powell with the 2. And it's off the target. That's the end of the first half. At 24-21 score for the Clippers. Now we'll take a quick break. And right now, let's head you over to David Aldrich.
Here with Greg Popovich. Popping a close game. What makes the difference in the second half?
Lots of things. If they make mistakes, it's a game playing well to go.
Always love your philosophy, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Please stand by for the halftime show. Next, after this. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. And right now, it's time to show you the first half recap of the halftime show. Let's see how well the play comes in by Clippers and Spurs. Taking a look at the Clippers here. There are good performance effort, an excellent block on the play by Robert Covington. They're really onto a great start here for the game in the first quarter and second quarter. Hopefully they can try to keep things up and go right from here. And for San Antonio Spurs, they're trying to even up with the gap. They're not really trying to keep a performance out there, but they're very tough ones in ability. The scoring is dropped. Might be picking up another rebounds if they're going for another one. Hopefully there might be a change up in between, but nothing to tell if that one comes in. If it's too hard to go by. And one block did go successful. Hopefully there might be another one to go by. And that's a wrap for the halftime show. Time to send you back down to AT&T Center. And see you everyone later at the postgame show. See you later. Go. And we'd like to welcome you back at AT&T Center as the Spurs and Clippers of the Western Conference Division team Let's see how they could do perform to get it better. And with that one, here is the one that Kevin Johnson has played here before. He has 8 points, only 3 out of 8 field goals, and on a court for just 7 minutes. He's really well looking for his better effort here, but trying to find out if he can stick to his team to get off the range.
The scoring's indrougable. They really are trying to keep it for Johnson to keep a look at. I'm sure they're trying to find him. They're trying to look for it clear and possible.
I definitely have to tell you that one. Johnson really wanted to give that one a good one. But hopefully on that one, it might be changing things on where they have it.
Rebounded by Collins. Reversing! What a play! Johnson didn't really see where it was going, and he saw that Zach Collins made a good turn layup drive. A reverse dunk. Zubac passes back to Jackson. Back to Zubac. He kicks back over to Leonard. With the 2, can't make it to go as Leonard misses the number 2 pointers. Trying to keep up his score range here on the rebounds. Khan up to Jones. Back to Johnson. Johnson inside with the 2. Range short ahead, and it's Paul George with another rebound. That's the 3rd time he has ever faced a rebound and try to help the team back out again. Stolen by Sochan. That's another turnover for the Clippers.
Yeah, very not good to make that one successful here. Might need to try to figure it out.
2-pointer, no good. Perch would have made that one, but it was off the target. Trey Jones only got 3 points this game. They're trying to figure it out. Zubac up. Good feed off delivered by Ricky Jackson, and Zubac has got 6 points this game.
That's a good play in there. Almost would have turned out to be a 3-second violation call. And it may be a tough one to go by.
Brenham on George. Leaks back to Jones. Block the pass. Holds on to recover to Jones. 5 on the shot clock. With the move, Jones with the 2. Rejected by Moore Sr.
Moore Sr. really would have that one to face things off. Now there's 3 blocks in this game. Very tough one to be on clever.
Leonard over to Zubac. Back to Leonard for 3. Good shooting 3-pointer ability. And Kawhi Leonard's got a great look of a static run. A 6-point game streak. So John back to Brenham. Georgieva now with the 2. Rebounded up by Zubac. Another miss by San Antonio. George kicks off to Jackson. Jackson back over to George. Kicks over to Zubac. Over Collins, and he's fouled. Coming up here with a foul on Collins. That's his first personal, their first team foul on San Antonio. Another free throw coming up here for the LA Clippers. Right on Zubac at the free throw line shooting 2.
Yeah, definitely tough one to try to stick it up to itself. They're really not comfortable to get over it. And they're really hard to try to keep the deck on the spirit line. They have to find another way.
Zubac missed the first free throw.
They're really tough one. I think that Zubac may have to pick up a little bit more. Hopefully they may change it better.
New players checked in by Ethan Stope, Robbie, and Richardson are checked in for the Spurs. Good on the second. Zubac has his second 7 points in the game, and now they're up again by 7. Here's Jones outside, back to Richardson with the move. Richardson with a good floater, and they're down by 5.
Excellent look out there for Richardson. He really got it all down on pointer.
A fantastic play presented by Mobile One, a drive for the Spurs. George kicks back to Leonard. Leonard back to George. Trying to keep him tight. Fade, back pass to Jackson. In the elbow. Rebounded by by Zubac. Excellent move by Zubac. And he has 9.
He's just giving things up on the run. He really has to try to leave him out here.
They're really up to their strengths there. How could that be? They're really tough on to keep an eye on, Charlie.
The next timeout has been called by San Antonio Spurs. With 2:36 remaining, it's a 32-25 game. Now I know what you're thinking. There might be tough ones to try to keep an eye on a play. With this moment, this realizes how this turned out. And I hope you all enjoyed your Animated Stadium Invitational. If you're looking into this one, well, you definitely will have to find out one now for a pretty close intense in this matchup. They're very tough ones to try to keep it right on a scoring streak. Might be another way to get it right around it. Now, there's nothing but a change off here. How does it really turn out to be that Kawhi Leonard was definitely a pro and turning to be a superstar?
Well, superstars are very tough ones. I think Kawhi Leonard could try to keep it right into him. The All-Star really loves him. That's why Kawhi Leonard really wants to keep him by.
And I have to go with the Paul George PG-13. He is a lucky guy to play with the Clippers. I'm hoping yesterday I had a great thing about him because he definitely had it all.
The new changeup is up here for the Spurs and for the Clippers. The new players have checked in, 3 players have checked out, 3 players checked in as Man, Powell, and Batum checked in for Kawhi Leonard, Reggie Jackson, and Leonard. 3 players on the other side are also checked in as Byatt Stoke moves into small forward and Devin to make it in. Byatt Stoke over to Richardson. 5 seconds to shoot. They got to get over it. 3 for Richardson. Another miss by San Antonio. Batum with the ball. Gives it back over again to Powell. Back to Batum. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Leonard outside. Stopping the run. Just 5 to shoot. Almost lost the ball. Man with the free. Step back range. With 2-pointer on the 3-point line. And Powell with the assist.
It's tough now to keep an eye on that one. He was very tough to try to keep an open players around him. They have to find some help.
Richardson back to Devin. Almost reject the pass. It's Powell with the steal. Here comes Zubac. Gives it to Batum. And he decided to give him a pointer. What a play by Batum. He's got his first bucket and a bigger Zubac with the assist.
That's a great feed off here. Great play.
Robbie on Batum. With the 2-pointer. He covered up by Batum. That's his second rebound of the game. Pull it back to Powell. Back to Batum. Lifts it inside to Leonard. Leonard right around it. And he made that one a 2. Leonard's got 8. And they are just making an extension lead of 13.
Now that really has to turn things out. There really could be a lot of defensive breakdowns here for the Spurs. But not going to be enough here to try to keep it over with.
Batum back over to Powell. With a shot. Missing off the opportunity, but Leonard holds on. Off the angle. Would have made that when they fouled.
Well, the players can't play that one.
Richardson for 3. Good! The 3-pointer's outside of range. They're back down by 10.
Really tough connection feed. Really wanted to stick it out.
Man on Batum. Batum finds Leonard. 10 seconds to shoot. Batum right over to Powell. 5 seconds. Man with a layup. Good shot made as Leonard is picking an eyes on man. Just 8 points. And that will do for the third quarter. The Clippers extend their run with an amazing look of 18. 40-28 is where the score comes into the end of the third quarter. We got 1 more quarter left, and that'll be number 4. We'll catch you here on the sideline when we come back after the break. And now the chance to take a look at the State Farm assist of the game.
Here's another thing I had to go for. There was somebody else that may have tried to give it over. With a very look at the angle and Powell with a nice drive. the better players performed. Definitely really well how they played in the first quarter, and definitely well how they did.
He certainly did.
Three quarters comes to an end, but now this is the last quarter to play in the fourth quarter. Let's see what happens if the change comes near. Branham covered up by Kennard. Screen on the cover for Johnson. With the 2, releases a bucket from next to the free throw line. He's got 2. And they're down by 10. Reggie Jackson with the ball. Gives off to Paul George. Paul George lifts over to Zubac. Try to lift it over around Isaiah Collins. And it's ran around as Collins picks up a foul. Another team foul called by San Antonio. That will be another team foul to keep it up.
The ranging is hard. They're not really going to try to keep it over the range out of it. And it's too hard to handle. Might not be enough to give that one a call.
Zubac at the free throw line, shooting a second time at the free throw. Another free throw chance ability for the Clippers. Stop the clock at 5:25 left to go. First free throw falls in. And we know that Ivica Zubac really has to keep the pressure out of it. And with that player of this one, he was the better man in the center.
I have to admit, Zubac's really got it all. But the better changeup, it really lies on. I'm not really sure why you're going to keep it up with Zubac, but they're not really important. They might change things up where they wanted to go. I got a good feeling about him, just to think about it right away. They never really wanted to get that one over it.
Richardson, what a dunk!
Not really going to have to play with that one for Richardson to make that dunk contact. He says, I'm not going to leave it myself. I definitely want to make that dunk. Make an improvement to show their reaction. That's what I wanted to do. And he did.
Jackson back over to Kennard with the 2. No good here, and they're back to do it again. Johnson makes the drive. Timeout called by the Clippers. They're down by 8. Looking for another play to make that one an impossible run to kick up the dust. They're down by 8. Sorry about that.
Yeah, there's something else to tell about that one here. They're going to need that one a good look. That dunk for Johnson and for Richardson and Johnson. I mean, what a play.
You're definitely going to have that one called.
Well done with that +2. We love it.
New changeup coming in for the Clippers, as right now Ivica Zubac is checked out and Covington is checked in. Now here's Covington, right alone, back to Jackson, back to George, with a 3 in the corner. What a shot for George! He made that one a good stoppable run. He's got 6.
Oh man, that Paul George was a tight corner out there.
Rejected by Covington to stop the run here. And oh boy, that Johnson was really disappointed. He never called a foul. He can never make that one a mistake.
That really has to stand things out. All alone, they don't want that.
Jackson for 3. Good range. And it's George with the assist.
George really have it all. And Jackson, what a killer.
So Hine outside with a 2. Layup. Back again. Moore Sr. with the block. A lot of block defensive is putting up a great risk here for the Clippers. And now they're up to do it again. Kennard makes the drive. That extends their run here with a tight run of air game. It has been a tough redemption run to give them a credit. And they definitely really know how they can definitely have that one.
I know they do. They really want to have that one here at a time. But abilities are simple.
The Spurs are still making their rebounds here. And an excellent block by Robert Covington. Have we seen the last one here in the first half?
I'm sure they do. They really want that one. The play is very hard. But not to tell it that one, Robert Covington was really onto a great man himself.
I have to admit, that Robert Covington is doing it again.
Johnson checked out as Jones was checked in. Collins in the corner. Going in the middle. What a bam! And Collins made that one a slam dunk. There are 2 slam dunks here for the Spurs, and just as many block defenses here for the Clippers.
They're really tough ones. To be honest, though, fair. More games than ever.
Jackson over Jones. Tough rebound. And that would be Richardson with the rebound. Now got the other way. Gives it off. And it's tipped away by Moore Sr. Now another fast break. Giving it to Covington. And Covington had a one-hand layup. That will be Jackson with the assist.
Now that is a great play. They're out to a 10-2 run score.
Johnson coming up by Kennard. Back to Johan. Richardson outside. Screen on Sargent. Sargent in the middle with a 2. Good in the free throw line. Richardson making another basket in. Now the next timeout has been called by LA Clippers. With 2:13 left to play, it's 52-38.
I don't know how long they're going to keep going, but the play may be tough to give that one a run.
We love that city one on the court. SA? I mean, how tough could that be? I've never seen what was going on. And for their 50th anniversary, it might be something to try to keep it deck on momentum. Love to hear that one here on the play. It's just keeping it on better.
Better focus on the plays. They're more take over what they want.
Now I have to tell that one. They're very like a better competition out there. More than ever. And I have to tell that one. The more thing I really watched about that, it's more what I really can tell. The play is just fantastic. I love that Paul George made a great thing. And Reggie Jackson, I love the Kawhi Leonard. He is like the lead. Very well on the plays. It's just a thing that keeps them on the momentum.
The next game we will have here in just a few weeks here will be the Hornets facing against the Trailblazers at Portland, Oregon. Following along, the next game will be Warriors and Heat. Their battle for a rematch of the game. Now it's time to present your New Balance player of the game, Ivica Zubac.
Ivica Zubac really would keep it on cover. The center man had a lot of potential to an amazing deck on the score. Really got to call for that one the better player than ever before.
Here's Jackson. Has 9 points in the game. Back to Leonard. Kawhi looking at open man. He looks over to George. 2 minutes to play in the 4th quarter of the game. Kawhi with a step back. That's good! The 2-pointer keeps it coming. And George with the assist.
That George really has to stay things alone. The player, the better, the faster they get.
Jones pulling it back in. The 2, rebounded up by Moore Sr. He's got a second rebound. Now gets over to Zubac. Zubac over to George. Lifts it back over to Leonard. Kawhi Leonard looking over. Back to George. And the free throw line. Good shot here. And Spurs start to decide to take their timeout with under 90 seconds to play in the 4th quarter.
They're very tough though. The more ability the red, the better they have.
And without any other concerns, they're really tough ones out there.
I have to say, they're very tough. The rebounds and really onto it now.
The NBA on 2K Sports is brought to you by Mountain Dew, Dew to Do. Your local Kia dealer, the official vehicle of the NBA. And by AT&T 5G Ultimate Internet Access. With Tupper making a play out there, they're just hard to tell. And amazing it is, how hard it turns, it definitely does turn out one play at another. And now to tell about that one, they're very tough to keep it over right from between.
They're really trying to keep things even right around it. And there might be another way to get it over and about to make that one more stylish.
A lot of players are checked in, and a lot of players checked out. As we have a last change up here for the Clippers and the Spurs. Robbie over to Wesley. Wesley coming up by Powell. Robbie, oh boy! He had that dunk down. That made him a good stop.
The range! How could Robbie do that? Oh boy, I never know what's gonna happen.
They really do. Powell over to Zubac. Gives it over to Preston. Now decided to give it to Coffee. Coffee with a drive. Shooting range off the board. Under a minute to play. Wesley with nobody around. Good with a triple. Here's Preston. Goes right over to Powell. Make new changes. He goes over to Zubac. Back to Preston. At the free throw line. No good here for the two-pointer.
That really has to be a hard setup. Change-up is no option.
Passes is confirmed, and it's McDermott with the assist. And Wesley gets another two-pointer in the game.
Well, tough now. And really on to a strong start.
Powell up to Zubac. Powell with the drive. Oh, wow! Norman Powell made that one a dunk, and he's got his second bucket. Now here's Jones. He gives it over to again, and a bad pass is here. That ends their run with a Clippers win, 58-45. But it's good to be home for the San Antonio Spurs to come back here for the season that gives for their 50th anniversary.
Yeah, very tough one, but tough loss. Hopefully they'll return next season.
I have to admit, their tough games is the Western Conference team.
Let's go down to David Aldridge to close the game on a sideline reporter. David, what do you have?
Thank you very much, Kawhi. How do you evaluate your team's progress at this point in the season?
We got to come out and just have the same mindset and energy every night. You know, that's the thing that we're working on, trying to be consistent at, and just knowing the game plan. And, you know, once we get that down and we start making our shots, it's going to be very hard to do.
And you're winning games in the meantime, man. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you very much. With me, phone, along with Clover and Spam, this has been your presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. Now it's time for the post-game show. Let's send you down to Son of Beast. Good night in San Antonio. Thank you, phone, and with all the crews, we can't wait to hear about it from you. So this has to turn out with definitely a battleground for in the third quarter. Probably enough to get over it. But the Spurs couldn't make a win. So it's hard enough to tell that it didn't really help out at all. The pressure is really unsafe. To say about it from ever in between by the two, it was a lot of points that made a range. 58 for the Clippers to 45 of Spurs. Here's how they did. Field goals was only 52% here for the Clippers. And then the three-pointers were given. They're 75%. Then free throws were definitely out of luck. 83% was definitely the best take for the Spurs, along with the fast break points. Then the points in the paint and second chance points was 28 and 5. Bench points was 22. Assists was turning out to be an excellent run. They give it up here for the Clippers, a 21 assist of the game. Offense rebound was putting up here back in time to do this one once more, right in between by the players. And it was 11. And defensive rebounds was turning to be a takeaway over 22. And the steals had 3. 5 blocks here for the Clippers that turned out to be excellent pros they made. Turnovers was only 2. And 4 was definitely patting the points off to get it over with. Team fouls was the lowest. It was the Clippers that definitely did the right thing. Dunks was 3. Definitely had a lot of performing effort. to try to pull it back in. And the biggest lead was 18, 13-14 was the time of possession. So yeah, that definitely did turn out. One of the players have a more advantage, the skill they have. Now to close things up with 3 star players of the game, let's go down right here in this setup. Number 3. For this play of this off-site, it turned out nobody had it all turned out to be definitely tough ones. But the only thing we know for is the tough one to be. Kawhi Leonard a claw. It's 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and only took 2 3-pointers from the range. Really turned out to be like he did. Only 17 performance effort, really well played, but hopefully the playoffs can be him to reach him up with new heights. Number 2, this one goes out to Josh Richardson. 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and only turning a 1 dunk performance and 16 performance run on his effort. Only give it up here for just only 1 3-pointer and definitely out of 7 field goal percentage. Really turned out to be like he did. And finally, your number 1 star. This goes out to Ivica Zubac, the New Balance player of the game. That gives it up a great responses with a steal, 4 assists, 7 rebounds, 11 points, and a dunk. 21 performance was the effort he did, and only give up 4 field goal percentage here out of 6. No 3-pointers, it's just only the rebound and score. So that is it for the Western Conference matchup. I'd like to thank you all for watching for this part of the Western Conference matchup of the Spurs and Clippers here at San Antonio. We'll keep you guys next time, as we will have the next commentary here to give it off to a report by each ability run. So that will mean that will be another look here of the timer scores really have it all. We got is Brian Anderson along with Ali LaForce and a couple other players with Greg Smith. So with that one, that'll be their next game here at Portland in the Motor City. Nope, not Motor City. The Rip City is we called for. That is definitely the tough ones to give that one a good look, right? The setup change. So that one, thank you for watching. I hope you appreciate this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. If you don't, somebody will. Or else I'll project the ball out of here. Anyway, peace out everyone for a while as the NBA 2K Sports style. And this is Son of Beast. Thank you for joining us. Take care, everyone.
If you don't, somebody will.